Okay, what is up? This is me, the NGVirus, coming with a new video explaining a bit more of the process of creating the final boss theme for indie horror RPG No Delivery by Oates. While creating the final boss theme, I had first in mind something a bit more cinematic than the rest of the soundtrack. Something a bit more fitting for a boss fight. I kind of ditched the whole synthwave, synth-pop, horrorcore, or horror wave rather, type of music in favor of something faster, quicker, and with more intricate and punchy drums. More so in the style of jungle or breakbeat music. Let's have a listen. And there you have it. The original, you could call it a demo for the final boss theme. At this stage, I didn't really have a title yet. So it was basically just an untitled demo, you could say. It was heavily based, or well, I took my inspiration, rather, from two things. The first thing was a screenshot of the final boss, like a work in progress picture of the final boss, which the developer sent me. And when I finally got to composing, I took inspiration from the final boss from Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Specifically the track Taking on the Shagohod, which was very kind of a very bombastic theme compared to the rest of the soundtrack, which is mostly music fit for sneaking around. But the boss theme is really kind of a breakbeat. I want to call it a classic, but it's very nice. I took inspiration from that, and I wanted to kind of apply the idea that the final boss theme is kind of a surprise twist as opposed to the rest of the soundtrack. But after a bit of thinking and discussing it with Oates, we decided that it wouldn't really fit the boss in question. So I scrapped that whole idea and I started from scratch with a different project. That project was really the beginning of where the track that we have today kind of started brewing. And it all started with one loop, one pattern. Let's have a listen. So as you can hear, it already sounds a lot more familiar to the final product than the previous track. That is because the organ sound or the organ melody that I created as of this track was originally going to be the main melody of the boss theme, but I wanted to make it a bit funkier, and when I was playing around with some melodies, I played the other melody, which goes a little bit like that one. You know, just to spice things up a bit, just to have it a bit more funky, to bring it back to the synthwave roots of the soundtrack. Because originally the song was still going to be a bit more, not particularly cinematic anymore, but it was going to be a bit more serious than the rest of the tunes. Because most of the soundtrack, I took inspiration from 80s slasher soundtracks, like the chase scenes and whatnot, with those amazing synths. But for this one, I actually wanted to go a different way and, you know, make it a bit more serious, darker in tone. But then I added the main melody, or, you know, I put this melody in the back and I created a new main melody, which I then built upon and created the final product with. Now that right there is almost identical to the final product. And The reason why is because it is the last demo that I sent Oates, and he approved of it. He said that it was very fitting, and he said to finish this one. So that's what I did. I built upon it, added a couple extra melodies, and expanded it on it a bit. But this right here is basically the intro to the final product. Didn't really change much there, but as you can hear, it's not mastered at all. It sounds rough around the edges, and I think that is really everything I have to say about the Close Encounters. Oh wait, no, there's one more thing. Close Encounters, the title. Originally, the song's title was going to be Close Encounters of the Lethal Kind, which I had up on the demo version of the soundtrack as well, but I cut it down because of the simple reason that it would not fit on the cassette case without making the font very small, and I wanted to have it, you know, readable for everyone. So I just shortened the name down to Close Encounters, which I think also really fits the song. That being said, though, I hope you enjoyed this little video, and if you would like to know more about how I created the soundtrack for No Delivery, make sure to tell me in the comments or hit me up on Twitter. And the soundtrack is still available. There's a couple cassettes left if you would like to have a physical, tangible item containing the music of No Delivery. Yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will be out.